she lives. Hello, my friends, and welcome back.
Hey, Editing Holly here. Apparently all of my face cam video is a little bit blurry.
There's a large, out-of-focus monster roaming the countryside.
And you're just gonna have to deal with it. Thanks, I love you, bye!
Happy Pride! In honor of Pride Month, I decided to crochet everybody's favorite gay icon from the late 90s, early 2000s, and his friends. I crocheted the Teletubbies.
Teletubbies!
I got nothing more to really add. Let's go do the thing. For our quad of Teletubbies, we'll need some purple, lime green, yellow, and red yarn, a fleshy color for their faces, a bluish color for their belly, and some black for details. I'll be using my F or 3.75mm crochet hook, pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and a wad of stuffing. Let me just scooch this out of the way. These two. All the way. I'm gonna start with the face using this beige yarn and then switching to the purple so I can mimic the hood or that weird separation between their faces and the rest of their head. I'll be enclosing the entire head, so I'm going to stuff it before I crochet it shut. Cinch up this little back of the head butthole. And then I'll move on to a little bit of surface crochet, again to mimic the separation between the hood thing to their faces. And now we have a little head done. I will move on to Tinky Winky's feet. He has two. So then I will connect them together and work my way up the torso. Now the Teletubbies first aired in 1997. The late 90s, early 2000s, society was not as open and supportive as it is today. I know we still have lots of ways to improve, but still better than, again, the late 90s, early 2000s. Given that Tinky Winky would occasionally wear a pink tutu, had a purse, and his antenna was the same shape as a triangle, which apparently is a LGBTQ symbol, the Save the Children crowd were in quite an uproar about exposing children to somebody who could be gay. Now, obviously, this uproar is completely unfounded. Having LGBTQ representation in children's media and adult media is a great way to show kids that there are all different people out there who come from different walks of life, who love different people, who have many different gender identities, and it just shows them that these people exist. And for some kids who may identify the same way, it is comforting to them to know that there are other people out there just like them. And I fully recognize my own privilege in being cis and not having to go through some of the same hardships that these children and adults have had to go through in their lives. Focusing back on Tinky Winky, I've attached his head, his arms, his ears, and now I'm going to start on his antenna. To make sure that the antenna holds its gay symbolic shape, I'm going to be using a little bit of armature wire, bending it into place, and then wrapping it in the piece of crochet. Maybe Tinky Winky should also be an abortion rights icon. His antenna kind of looks like an upside down coat hanger. Double duty, baby. Once I have the correct shape, I'm just gonna go ahead and crochet kind of a strip of material that I'll use to cover up the armature wire. Once it's covered up, I'll attach it to his head. Uh-oh. Gross. Call to action time. If you aren't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, click on the like button, leave me a comment below with your favorite Teletubby. Don't have a favorite Teletubby? Why are you even here? If you're in the mood for some more Holly nonsense, I can also be found on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I have patterns available through my Ravelry and my Etsy shops, and some ready-made items available through the Etsy shop, as well as my website, hollyshooks.com. Links for all this are going to be in the description box below. Oh, do I do the call to action twice like they would with the little belly screens? I'm not going to do that to you. And now back to regularly scheduled programming. We have a completed Tinky Winky.
Tinky Winky!
Now to move on to Dipsy. I realize after the fact that Dipsy's skin tone should actually be a little bit darker than the rest of his friends. That was my bad on failing to duplicate him properly. I'll include a link to the pattern for these guys, and I will note that in the pattern that you can use a different skin tone shade for Dipsy's face. After Dipsy, we'll move on to Laa-Laa.
La-La!
Her little swirly antenna turned out super cute. And moving on to my personal favorite Teletubby, Poe. And what would Tinky Winky be without his iconic gay-ass purse? Perfect. As mentioned, I will have a pattern available for these Teletubbies on my Ravelry as well as my Etsy shops. And links for that will be in the description box below.
Time for Tubby Bye-Bye.
They're done! I like how they look. They turned out really cute. Just using my little chibi base. And that armature wire was a godsend for forming and maintaining the shape on their little antennas. Antennae? Sure. And I love Tinky Winky's little purse. It's really simple, but really cute. I love it. I'm here for it. They're great.
I'd like to wish everybody another round of happy prides to one and all. No matter your gender identity or your sexuality, you are valid. If I'm being honest, I'm still figuring myself out. But with that, I thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate the crap out of you. Okay, love you, bye. What is this? I'm not for a shade of white. Or a pea green. Good enough. Oh, oops. Wrap it up. Do this before the kids start being obnoxious. First intro and outro with my children home. We'll see how productive we can be. I think we're good. How can someone so small make so much noise? Don't tell me I was out of focus that whole time. Son of a gun. So many tabbies.